Greetings, Justice Seekers. Welcome to Justice, Not Justice, Season 1, Episode 26. All right, so who have we met thus far? Jamie and Jeremiah Collins, guardian ad litem, attorney for the children, Lisa Bangert. Now enter the Honorable Judge Carroll. This is the judge who now is going to see this divorce through. Honorable Judge Carroll. And her bailiff, I think he is, sheriff, whatever, he's the person that sits in the courtroom and makes sure that there's order. Sheriff David Jepson. Okay, so these are going to be the players now till the end. So we have our first hearing. It's January 14 of 2019. As was demonstrated in the last video, Judge Carroll has been notified of the complexity, the issues, of this divorce. She has gotten due notice. Now, what she does with that and how she chooses to receive the parties in front of her, I can't say. But at this point, neither Jamie nor Jeremiah has an attorney, so they're both representing themselves. And Jamie takes advantage of this opportunity now that this is the judge and the that's going to be here from now on. She goes in to talk to Sheriff Jepson, and she says that she's afraid of Jeremiah and she needs police escorts in and out of the courtroom. Okay, if that doesn't set up something right from the very beginning before we even go into the courtroom. Now, in his defense, I can't say that he shouldn't, provide that service, because what does he know? But what does he know is the question. And he moves forward throughout this entire proceeding, which lasted yet another year, with real hostility and aggression and provocation of Jeremiah. So he was not doing his job by being somebody who protects the order of the whole. He clearly, as will be demonstrated, did not like Jeremiah. Now, why? I don't know. Jeremiah never did anything. He's a black man. We're already seriously questioning that, aren't we? Okay. I believe it was this hearing. So it doesn't really matter if it's this one. I'm pretty sure it was this one, but whatever. Anyway, I have said before that Jeremiah has now started to wear a body cam for his own protection because he has to record everything related to this, okay? So he goes into the courtroom wearing this, okay? And it becomes like a huge thing, okay? Why are you doing this? This is forbidden. Bangert, draws attention. I must say, I need to point to the attention of the court that he's wearing a body cam. And Carroll and Jepson here jumped right on that, and instead of hearing Jeremiah and hearing his statement that I have to wear this because of this kind of thing, immediately saw that as aggressive, as an affront against the court, as opposed to, wow, this guy's actually really scared and is doing this for his own protection. It's not allowable, nevertheless, but to come at it from that attitude of, you're breaking the rules and you're a bad, bad man, which is exactly how it came out, and then carried forward. There might even be a new rule down there about recording devices, because then this might have been the start of it. So anyway, I had to surrender my cell phone. I'm sitting in the whatever that area is called, back in the seats. Jamie probably did, but all electronic devices had to be surrendered. Okay, that's fine. So you can probably imagine, it's Jeremiah and Jamie representing themselves, although, and then Bangert representing the children. got a cat over here trying to chew up my stuff. Jeremiah did an abysmally poor job of representing himself in front of the judge that day because he was nervous, he was anxious, he was intimidated, he was frightened, and he lacked self-confidence as it relates to his intelligence in front of smarter people than he, particularly white people, as we've already discussed. And again, that's a disability, and we have attempted to have an accommodation for that by having me be able to kind of speak for him and help him understand what's being said to him and how to answer it in a way that is consistent with reality, which has obviously been denied every time. And if you go into I'm in CCAB, I'm in the notes on this case, me specifically, like my whole name is spelled out, Kristen Reedstrom may not talk to, it is like my name, okay? So if you don't think that I have a reputation down there and or that we have a reputation down there, oh boy, they know what and again, why? We're just trying to get a divorce. Okay, so, there was a bunch of crap said. I don't know if Jamie talked much. I know Bangert talked a lot. I know Jeremiah tried to talk and did a bad job. So basically, you have these intelligent white women, Lisa Bangert, attorney, and Judge Carroll, a judge, conversing with one another. Jamie's being meek and maybe answering a yes or no here and there, and Jeremiah's bumbling and looking like an idiot, unfortunately. And I'm sure that just reinforced their already preconceived notions about who and what he is. I'm sure it didn't help. So, we're talking about some of these outstanding issues, about the house, financial disclosures, etc. Now, I have to just take a step to the side here and note that during 2018, Jeremiah suffered from some work-related injuries. So he's on and off work. He's always receiving some kind of income. It's either work, workers' comp, disability, whatever, okay? But it's unpredictable. And he has an incident on January 9 of 2019 where his body just collapsed at work and he had to leave. And he works for a union shop, and one of the first thing that has to happen in that kind of situation where a person is injured on the job is they go see the union doctor. She's Dr. Petra, I believe her name is. She's with Aurora. She's their doctor. That's the one everybody goes to see, and she's just kind of a general practice doctor, okay? So he goes to see Dr. Petra, and Dr. Petra is very unclear in her note about whether or not this is work-related and what's supposed to happen, okay? So regardless, there was some confusion and some kind of bickering with the job about that, but Jeremiah can't move. I mean, he's like just in excruciating pain. So he goes very shortly thereafter to see his orthopedic surgeon, with whom he has worked for 20 some years. He's had a number of surgeries done by this surgeon, and he's the expert. Dr. Dewars is the expert. He is the one. So we bring all of these notes to. Oh, there was something in Petra's note that said return to work. Like this is not work related. Return to work, and that on that day, and then a couple days later, Dr. Dewars' note says this is work related, no work. Okay. So we provide all of that information because they're trying to get more money, child support from Jeremiah. And Judge Carroll didn't even look at Dr. Dewars' notes. She just looked at Dr. Petra because we were requesting a motion to modify child support based on the fact that he was not going to be working and his income was going to be, changing. She didn't look at Dr. Dewars' notes. She looked at Dr. Petra's note, and she said, this says return to work, go back to work. Moving on. Okay, so now he's supposed to go back to work and he can't, and he has not actually gone back to work since then, and has had some additional surgeries in the meantime. So, you're supposed to file your taxes, blah, 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 but Jamie admits to not paying the mortgage. I can't afford it. She's still getting that $1,000 a month, plus her own full-time income, and she's lying, saying she's only working part-time, plus all the other income that we found in her bank statements. Okay. Yes, I disposed of marital property, Jamie says, got rid of the Ford Explorer, blah, blah. She admitted to, the certain of the contempt issues that we had raised. Likewise, Jeremiah petitioner has admitted to having his girlfriend at his residence during his periods of placement, in direct violation of the temporary order. Therefore, his placement is suspended, and that's in all caps, until further order of the court. Okay, this is a court order. It's not his residence, it's our residence. And he tried to explain why that shouldn't be the case any longer. And out of everything that Judge Carroll heard that day, the one thing that she did was suspend Jeremiah's placement of his children because he and I live together. And he has not seen his children since then. That was in January of 2018. That is ridiculous. So I think coming out of this hearing, we're starting to have a feeling of where Judge Carroll lies. And why? We don't know. I'll see you soon.